Alrighty. Well, Jeffy made a video about home defense weapons. It got me thinking. It was weird. Is what am I gonna do when something happens? Pretty much the weapons I have that I would use for defense are obviously my knives that I have. A couple right here. Most of them are in the case over there. There's a hunting knife downstairs before I go. That I leave down there when I go hiking. I have a pellet rifle, which I don't care what you say about it. That thing will go right through you. The Daisy Powerline 1000. It's my girlfriend's fiance. She's gonna get mad if I call her my girlfriend. And I have my bow, my compound bow, my Fredbear Pursuit. I don't know. The downside to the pellet rifle is I only have one shot to you, and it's loud. And it's gonna. There's more than one person there sneaking around the house. It's probably never gonna happen. Say there's two people sneaking around the house. If I shoot that once, the other one's obviously gonna know right away. And there's a good chance that I'm gonna miss. That I'm gonna not hit something vital, and have to use the whole gun as a bat at that point. I would actually prefer to use my bow because I'm a lot more accurate with that. There's a lot less. What's that word? Randomness? It's not a word. There's a lot less chances for error with the bow because you pull back, you shoot it. With the Daisy, with the pellet gun, the pellet can be warped. The pellets can be misshapen, miss, and fly completely out of direction. And who knows, I might not even have a chance to cock the gun. Since this is a break barrel, I might not be able to chance to go get it. Okay, hurt you. Guess like what? So who's gonna sit there and wait for me to put another pellet in, or just cock it in the first place? So yeah, I'd probably grab the bow. If I'm in my room, the only thing I don't like about my setup in my room right now is all my weapons and stuff are right by the door. If I'm in my bed, someone's gonna be able to, hopefully they don't look over there. And I'm probably gonna move that cabinet somewhere else. Yeah. I have two swords over there, one rapier and the master sword from Legend of Zelda. I would probably have the rapier in the case in my left hand and have the master sword in the right hand. And you go try to use that because the master sword will probably break. I know the rapier won't though. Yeah. But the whole point Jeffy was making was improvised home defense weapons. Just off the top of my head, like you said, the bottle, I have this glass Pepsi bottle. I not only can I just hit someone in the head, I can just chuck it at them, which would not be fun. Like I could just grab things randomly. You could think of how to use them. Like there's like a ceramic mug here. Hit someone with that, that's gonna hurt. Here's a pommel to one of the swords. It's like the weight of a baseball. Chuck this at that person. Even better. 8 pounds of graphite guitar. It's really cool. The advertisement for this guitar, one of them, the guy lays it across 2 chairs and stands on it. It's like, yeah, it's not gonna break. I'm like, I can just swing that at someone even though I probably would not want to at all. It's mine. I'd probably grab one of the crappier ones and use that. But I feel like there's 2 scenarios people should prepare for, and their weapon of choice should be based on that. Someone kicks down your door, there's no surprise factor at all. You go, you get your gun, you get something loud, you don't care anymore, it doesn't matter. Someone tried to sneakily break in your house and they're walking around your house. You don't know how many there are. If you want to be quiet about it, I mean, that's why I use the bows, because you might hear a sound, you might hear your buddy falling on the ground, but you wouldn't know what it was. Let's say you're being quiet. Tangled up earphones, get them untangled and put them together and you could choke someone. That'd be useful too. Like Jeff said with the screwdriver, it's a little tiny screwdriver. You just hold it out in your hand and you could just embed it in someone. Horrible thought. Even a pen, I mean, you aim right, you're gonna do damage with a pen. Especially with the ink out. Good lord. I know it's not going to actually defend me, but it might help me, like, to get somewhere else. You get an airsoft gun, and get a paintball gun, and shoot them in the face. Or keep shooting at them. It'll distract them. Not distract them, but it'll keep them occupied as you're shooting at them. Especially how good aim you keep hitting them in the face. 9-volt batteries. Chuck that at the person. What else? What else? What else could you do? You can have like a tiny little toolbox. You can look in there and you'll find something. You can even get a sharpener, diamond sharpener, and like cheese grate their chin. I'm just kidding, that's horrible. Yeah, the whole, especially if you do have children in the house, which I used to have children in the house. I kept everything away from them in case they could get into this stuff and get hurt. Like my niece, she's smart. My niece hasn't gotten, my niece, she's like, how old is she? She's in 6th grade, 10? Or 11, 1, 2. She played with my knives all the time without me knowing, but she figured out how to use them, how to open them. She wasn't strong enough to close them yet because of the liner locks and whatnot, but yeah, she was able to do it, and it's pretty awesome. You ever see Lord of the Rings, you know there's one point where Legolas doesn't have time to go and pull the arrow out and shoot him. He takes it out and stabs him with it. You can do that too if archery is your hobby. I don't know. You can look. Cat. You can look around anywhere and you can find something to use. I'm just looking around randomly to see what I could use. Wrench. That'd be awesome. Another knife sharpener. I guess if you held it backwards, it could be like brass knuckles. I mean, yeah, it actually does work. You do that. I don't know, it's just, you have to be resourceful with it. Another airsoft gun. This thing, no, it's plastic, it's still heavy, and it can hurt somebody. Even if something's meant to look like a weapon, but not really. Like, training, if I jab someone in the eye or the neck or something hard enough with this, it'll go through. Human skin is not as tough as people think it is. I mean, people like, they'll test out their knives being able to cut paper and cut cardboard and all that, but human skin is nowhere near that hard at all. Go grab a chair. You can hit them with a chair. The only problem is, though, is you might want to use something that someone else might not think of, like a chair. If you think of, like, the person's gonna grab a chair, like, the common person will be like, oh hey, a chair, oh hey, a bat, oh hey, a knife, oh hey, a sword. If you get something that someone's not gonna expect, like you shoot them with the face with an airsoft gun over and over again, they're gonna be like, what? What? You're gonna, not only will you be dazed and like, what? But then you'll be kind of thrown back like, oh hey, I'm getting shot with an airsoft gun. What are they doing? Yeah, that's all. It's pretty much, it's wishful thinking. You go, you get your best weapon to deal with the situation, and you hide. You don't go looking for trouble. You don't go looking for them in your house. You get it. You go into a closet in the corner. Call the police. You sit there and do nothing, unless someone opens that door. You do nothing. Never ever go looking around for the person's in your house. Unless they confront you, you don't risk that. You shouldn't risk that. I don't care how good you are with the gun, or what training you have, or what martial arts you know. You don't do that. Not only is it risking your life, but it's risking the other people else around you. It's like my dad has this gun in his room where I know where it is. He taught me to, if something happens, anything at all, get whoever else is in the house, get him upstairs into his room, into the closet. If he's not there, I get the gun, go into the closet, call the police, tell them, oh hey, my name is Solomon Saunders. When you come here, knock on the door, and say my full name, or I will shoot you. Do that. You don't ever go looking for the person. Never, ever. The home defense weapons is always a last resort. You do it if you need to. When running and hiding does not work, that's when you do it. That's why I think you should have your weapons in that place where you hide. Instead of having them around the house in every place you can think of. Places where you'll be. It's good to do that in case you get cornered there. But if you're not cornered there, you go to the place where you have them and you hide there. You don't go looking for trouble. You don't go looking for trouble. People who go looking for trouble, they find it. You don't want to do that. I don't care how badly you want to be like Michael Weston on Burn Notice and shooting people and helping people and being a hero. You don't do that. It's not heroic. It's stupid. It's pretty much, you get cornered, use your weapons. It's great. You're not cornered, you go, you hide. That's the best defense thing you could possibly do, is go and hide with your weapon. You don't know what everything for sure will happen in the world. You don't. And even though our weapons and our interests are great, we can't risk our lives and other people's lives just because we want to be the action hero. I collect these things, the knives, the airsoft guns, the swords, because I like how they look, and I like using them when I have the chance to, and I'm prepared to use them as self-defense if I need to. But you don't want to... Your life or someone else's life is not worth the $200 worth of jewelry you have in your house. It's not worth your TV. It's not worth your computer. It's not worth your guitars. It's not worth your credit cards, your wallet. It's not worth it. You could choose to give someone your wallet with your credit cards in it, or in maybe $50 in cash in your wallet, or die. You better hope you're gonna give them your wallet. I don't know. I just think there's smarter things to go about things. Like, I know Jeff has all this stuff around his house, and he has them in the 4 different rooms like he said, but I hope to God and all things holy that he just grabs them and hides. He doesn't go looking for the person, because that's what'll happen. Is just people get too heroic with their weapons and they think nothing can hurt them with their firearms, and they go looking for trouble, and it does not end well. So yeah, plenty of weapons to use, but it should only be thought of weapons when the time comes, not immediately.